Yo, what's going on? Yo, what's going on, everyone? Yeah, how's it going? I've been gone for a while. I've been just chilling, man. But I figured I haven't been uploading past couple days, so I would just make a quick live stream, just creating a simple warning system, and probably other things too, just to see how they work and stuff like that. So this should be fun. Discord.js warning system. Yo, what's going on? Lots of familiar faces. Glad to see that. Oh, whoops. Yo, what's going on, Xblade? How's it going? How's everything going? Yeah, so we're gonna be using a database, by the way. Your PowerShell is not blue. Yeah, I customized mine. I have a video on my channel that shows you how to customize it. So yeah, feel free to check that out. Yo, what's going on, Mega? How's it going? How's the YouTube? How's the YouTube? Notification thing going on? I was really waiting for a stream. Oh man, I appreciate it. Appreciate that. All right, let's just initialize our npm repository so we can start installing what we need. So we're gonna install Discord. Oh, whoops. Discord.js. Do I use? Yeah, it's the beta terminal. Let's see. Install.env and let's see. We need a database, so I might use SQLize. I'm not sure what I should use. What should I use? Should I use SQLize, or do you guys want me to actually write the actual SQL queries? What do you think I should use? I'll let you guys pick. SQLize is easy because it takes away all the SQL statements that you have to write. If you use the actual MySQL Promise API, you'll have to write out the entire queries yourself, which is a lot of fun. SQL query. Use what's easy. Yeah, that's true. Use what's easy. That's not a bad idea, but I don't know. Hey Anthony, can I separate the day and days at the embed using 1 and 2? If I can, how? That's a question that you should probably ask on my server, because I would need to kind of see more context. I don't know what you mean by day and days at embed. Oh, I get what you mean. So yeah, I guess just check to see if the number is greater than 1. If it is, then change it. Let it be days. Maybe learn SQLize. Okay, we can use SQLize. npm SQLize. I gotta get my other Discord password. I mean, my database password that I always seem to forget. Should be in my other repository. Let me check. MySQL Discord bot. When will there be a clear command? Soon. I'm not sure. The thing is, look, the clear command is a little bit tricky. There's a lot of things that you have to think about and take into consideration. That's why, like, I'm putting it off for a while because I want it to be good. Like, I don't want to just release some terrible clear command because that wouldn't really do anyone any favor. So I gotta, like, put some time and, like, put some thought into it. And, sooner or later, I'm gonna open up a patron. I've been thinking about this for a while. I was gonna open up a patron, and I was thinking about having different tiers. I don't know if people would be interested in, but I would have a patron where, there's like the most basic tier where you can just, subscribe to it, and you'll get like a role in the server, and you'll, there'll be some kind of patron benefits, and then the other benefits would be like if you subscribe to, let's say, like a $5 or $10 tier, you would get like one-on-one private help. If you subscribe to a different tier, like you'll have like, I don't know. I've been thinking about it for a while, but I kind of don't want to do it for some reasons, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Can you make it with Canvas? I've been trying to install. I just get problems from just installing it. If that's a specific question with Canvas, maybe you know what? Just join my Discord server and just ask on the server. Because again, there's a lot of people on here who have dealt with the same issues that you probably have. I've never used Canvas, so I can't really, say right off the bat. But if you go on the server and if you post your issue on here, it'll be much easier to help you guys out. So I highly suggest you do that. But yeah, at some point I do want to like check out new things. I've been working on something different aside from Discord bots. I've been taking a break from Discord bots and working on like new technologies and stuff. Is Patreon yearly or monthly? It's monthly. And I think you can cancel at, yeah, you should be able to cancel at any time. Like, it's not an annual thing. It's a monthly thing. You can cancel any time. Once you cancel, though, it'll stop charging you for the rest of the month. Yeah, Mints, the link is in the description. Just check it out. And, yeah, just ask your question on one of the help channels, and someone will be able to help you out. Okay, let's see. Yo, what's going on, Adam? How's it going? Okay, so I'm gonna set up my environment real quick. So we're gonna be setting up source folder. And I kind of want to set up Babel and a couple other things like ESLint, just because I want to be extra. Which we could do that right now. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install a bunch of stuff, but actually no, I'll leave it alone for now. That's too much work. So we have SQLize already, so I gotta set up my environment variables. Let's see, db user. So this is going to be my configuration for my database, my SQLize database, or SQLize wrapper. And it's going to connect to our database, so we'll do that. My db test pw, that's my database username. And he's going to push it to GitHub as well, so if you walk into problems, you can look at GitHub. Will you make videos of this stream, or maybe other streams? Difficult sometimes follow stream. Xblade, I'm going to end up making a video at some point, yeah. I'm going to make a video on this at some point. I was going to make a video on this today, but I was like, I don't know. I'd rather just do a live stream. Because I'd rather do it first, okay? And then once I see myself actually doing it, then I'll make a separate video on it. But the code will be on a GitHub, on my GitHub. Yo, what's going on, Absolute Gamer? How's it going? Welcome back, man. Let's see, DB name. I guess we'll use, let's see, SQLize. Oof, okay, this shouldn't be too bad. DB name will be, DJS warning. Okay, not too bad. Alright, I think that's really all we need. Yeah, of course I remember you, Absolute Gamer. I remember, like, almost everyone on here. There are some new people that I've, yeah, I think everyone here that has joined, like, I remember every single one of them. Maybe a few people are new, but yeah. I think you're I think you're on the Discord server too. I don't remember exactly your name. Kai Killer, what's going on, man? How's it going? I forgot your. I know you ask questions on the server sometimes, but I just don't remember your name. But I do remember you though. Clearly, of course, I remember you clearly. You were, I think you were the actual winner on the giveaway. I think you were the first one on the giveaway, and then we had like 3 other winners, which was pretty cool. Okay, so let's see. Let's set up the bot.js. I'm not gonna really use a command handler because that's just too much work right now. Skeleton, what's going on, man? Ecop, the avatar looks very familiar. Are you? I feel like the avatar looks so familiar. I think I have met you. I think I've spoken to you last night. I'm not sure. I think I've spoken to you last night. If you were the guy that was having trouble with the, if you're having trouble with the, what's it called? The command handler, I was like, damn. You were trying like so many things, and I was like, I just had to step in and see if I could help out. I'm not sure if you were able to get it fixed though, but hopefully you were. Yo, Iona Petrus, what's going on? How's it going? Yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, welcome to channel. Like, we just hit 2,000 subscribers, like I think 2 days ago, and yeah, that was like really crazy. So when I woke up and I was like, wow, holy crap, I'm at 2002. I remember only like 3 months ago, I just hit 1,000 for the first time. So I never would have expected to hit an extra 1,000 in just like less than 5-6 months or so. So that's pretty awesome, and I really appreciate the support that I've been getting. So thank you to you guys. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and import the client class. I think we'll just need that for now. Bro, the problem was just a slash at the end of the line. Yeah, I love your videos. You've helped me out so much. Powered City, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. So a lot of people always ask the difference between what's like the difference between requiring just the client class compared to just requiring this. So the difference between these two is right over here. I'm only importing what I actually need. When you do line number 2, you're importing the entire library. Sometimes you don't necessarily need every single little thing. Okay, so it's better to just import what you actually need. And what we actually need is the client class itself. And then we're going to create an instance of the client using the new keyword. And this is going to invoke the constructor of client. Okay, and we just have to log our bot in. I'm going to have to get my bot token. So let me go ahead and find that real quick. Developer portal. Let's see. Yo, it's just for you. What's going on, man? How's it going? How's everything going, man? Hope you're doing well. Getting my bot token right now. Okay, so I got my bot token set up. Okay. Okay, cool. Our environment variables are over here. Good. And I just got to restart my terminal so that the environment variable will take place. Discord.js warning system. Alright, so let's just log our bot in. So client.login, process.env.bot_token. So that's the name of my bot token environment variable. When Winston is done, Anton, it's not going to be done just yet. There's still a lot of things that I'm working on right now. I've just been like really busy with a bunch of other stuff, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But we're still thoroughly testing it a lot. That's the main important thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, right now, I'm actually, John texted me. Thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. But right now, I'm trying to work on the backend part. So I'm learning something called Nest.js, which is a web framework. And it's going to allow me to use Nest.js to build out the backend server. John texted me. Welcome to the channel, man. How's it going? So that's why I've been, that's why I've kind of been, you know, away from the videos for a while. But I figured I'd make up for it, by just doing a live stream and just, you know, coding something, you know what I mean? Instead of just not, you know, uploading for, and who knows how long. Alright, so, let me set up a couple of dev scripts. So we'll do this. So let's do dev nodemon sourcebot.js start node sourcebot.js. Okay, and I'll go ahead and what are dev scripts? So dev scripts are pretty much just a custom script that you can write. So over here you can see my package.json file. I have a property called dev inside the scripts object. And whenever I do npm, if I want to invoke the script, I do npm run dev. So npm is the command, right? Run is just the argument, and then dev is the name of the script. So when I press enter, you're going to see that all it does is it just invokes this line over here, nodemon sourcebot.js. That's all it does. And it makes your life much easier. It makes a lot of people's lives much easier. And sometimes when you're running your programs, you might need, you know, different arguments. So having a dev script sets everything up for you, so you don't have to like worry so much about what needs to be passed in to the arguments when you're running your application. Okay, but I'm gonna just install nodemon as a dev dependency. Like I said, this code is going to be on GitHub. It's going to be, I'm going to tell you exactly where the code is going to be. It's going to be, I think, in Discord.js. Let's see. It's gonna be in this repository over here. So I'm gonna keep everything over here. So okay, so there we go. We have nodemon installed. So I think we're good. So our bot should be logged in. So let's just set up a simple ready events listener, and let's just say the bot is logged in. Okay, so client.user.tag is logged in. I'm so rusty with my SQL. That's why I need to like practice more. Do I know that meme? Yes, I do. I mean, I've seen it before. I haven't watched like the whole video of it, but I've seen it before, so yeah. What about it? So our bot should log in perfect, and our bot should be, let's see. Right over here, perfect. Okay, great. Our bot's logged in. Yo, Dixer. Udixer, what's going on? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hopefully I pronounced it right. Whoa, whoops. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on over here. All right. Are you gonna parse it to a JSON? We're using a database for this. I almost never use JSON files at all, unless it's for like files that are just like static content. But we're gonna be using a database. Kirill Komarov, welcome back to the stream, man. How's it going? Lots of familiar faces. Pretty awesome. All right, so our bot's logged in. So let's see. So we want this warning system. So basically, the warning system is going to entail the user to have to be muted, obviously. So if they get 3 warns or strikes, so this is kind of going to be like a warn slash strike thing. Yeah, this is Discord.js. What's the difference between Sequelize and other DB? Sequelize is not a database. Sequelize is an object relational mapper. So basically, it allows you to. There are a lot of things that it does for you. It takes away all of the abstraction from having to actually write out these SQL statements, and the ORM will take care of those statements for you. You just have to know how to use the library itself. What is the theme? The theme is called, I think, OneDark Pro. No, it's called Nord. I have a bunch of themes. Like people always ask me what themes I always use. Like I have a whole bunch of themes, and you can just Google some. And there are a lot of beautiful themes out there. The only theme that I will refuse to ever use is a light theme. Like I will literally never use a light theme. I don't think I can ever use a light theme. Like just look at this. Like it's just burning my eyes right now. I'm just looking at it. Like this theme is alright, but it's still pretty bright. Like I also have used dark code. Like I have a bunch of themes, but the current one that I'm using right now is Dainty Nord. But yeah, so Sequelize allows you to pretty much focus more on the JavaScript syntax rather than having to worry about writing SQL statements. So that's one of the advantages. So let's see. We need to set up our database because the idea we want the idea that we want is we want to keep track of every single user's warning and strike. So this is gonna be like a strike slash warning. If they get 3 strikes or if they get 3 warns, they get striked. Actually, I don't know. Let me. I gotta think about it a little bit because I'm trying to. Because I know Ataja has the system where if you get 3 warns, I think you get 1 strike, and if you get 3 strikes, you get 1 mute, and something like that. I'm not sure. I guess we can think of our own custom implementation. But we can do. Let's do this. If the user gets let's see. Let me go ahead and set my database right now. So let's just create database connection, and let's just call this database.js. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna import Sequelize from Sequelize, just like that. So we're requiring the module. And we're gonna go ahead and just create a new instance of this. So we're gonna do module.exports. We're gonna create a new instance, so new Sequelize, and we're gonna have to pass in the name of the database. So we're gonna actually have to log into our database and create that. So let me go and do that real quick. Okay. Let's see. So let's do. I should do a video on my extensions. I get requested that so much, but honestly, like to me, I don't know. My extensions aren't really that impressive. Like I use the most basic ones. The only things that I use are themes. That's really and a bracket colorizer. But maybe someday I will. I mean, maybe someday I'll like do a video on how to customize Visual Studio Code. Maybe I think that would be better. How to like use Visual Studio Code and customize it. So it's not just focused on just my extensions, but it shows you how you can install extensions and how you can, use it and improve your work capacity. All right, so we have to create this database called DJS warning. So let's see, show databases. So we're gonna do create database DJS warning. All right, so we're not gonna worry about creating the tables. We'll let Sequelize take care of that. Do I have a tutorial on Sequelize? I do not. I was requested to do one. Maybe someday I will. But yeah, most of my videos are gonna be using databases from now on. Because most of the time, a lot of the more advanced, complicated bots that you want to create requires a database. So it's highly recommended to actually use a database. So yeah. But anyways, what theme do I use? What program do you use to code? I use Visual Studio Code PC Gaming. Howard City, what terminal do you use? How can it open tabs like Chrome? I use Windows Terminal, and I use Control T to create a new tab, just like that. And if I want to close, I do Control W. How many bots have you made in your time? I mean, oof, that's a really tough question, because I've made 2 bots that actually worked and had like a bunch of stuff. But if we're talking about like tutorials, like I don't really count those as like actual production bots. Those are just like, tutorials, so I don't really count those. But I've really only made 2 main bots that I've used in my entire life. How would I install MongoDB in Ubuntu? You can just probably Google how to install MongoDB on Ubuntu, and they'll show you like a very detailed guide. If you want, just ping me on the Discord server, and I'll send you the link. But if you just do a quick Google, it'll pull up a bunch of different results. All right, so let's go ahead and just set up our database now, our database module. So we need to actually require .env and then call a config function. And when the bot logs in, then I will require this SQLized instance. Okay, so this is a promise. So let's do this. Let's do this. Const db equals require database. All right, awesome. And I guess we could do it's not then, so db dots. So what do I want to do? Let's see. Actually, you know what I'll do instead is Actually, no, this doesn't really matter. We just need to log the bot in. Log the log into the database. So authenticate, and we're gonna do then. Let's logged into DB, and then catch any errors. Oh, what's going on with my IDE? There we go. Would I do that in my bots directory? No, well, you can do it in any directory. It's just gonna install it on your operating system. Doesn't really matter where. Okay, so let's just restart. So it's gonna say yes. We need to specify dialects, so let's do that. So we need to do database, so process.env name, username process.env.dbuser, password process.env dbpass, dialect MySQL. Okay. So it's saying not support auth mode. Oh boy. I had a feeling this was gonna happen. Let's see, let me see. We have an issue. What do I do with my bots directory? SQLize unsupported. Oh god. Let's see. We gotta debug this error now. Let's see. Unsupported auth type. Yeah, this is the most annoying thing. Just make sure, is this actually logging it? Okay, it is. It is, but we're getting this issue that we gotta fix. Client does not support authentication protocol. Consider upgrading MySQL client. Powered City, thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. All right, so I gotta fix this error. I'm not sure. Let's see. All right, I'm just gonna try to create a new account. Let's see. Create user. DG Anson. Local host. Identified with MySQL native password by password. Let's just do this for now. All right. Flush. Wait, we gotta grant all privileges. Grant all privileges. I forgot how to do that. Grant all privileges MySQL. Let's see what it says over here. We gotta grant privileges. We gotta give our new user account privileges. So privileges on to, and then DJ's Anson, then at localhost. Oh, crap! What's going on? Do I need to log into my root account? Grant all privileges. All right, let me try logging into my root. All right, let's see what's going on over here now. So we gotta do grant all privileges on to DJ's Anson at localhost. Flush privileges. All right, so let's log out. All right, so hopefully this works. DJ's Anson, and the password should be password. Do I know how to program bot in Python? Yes, I do. If you need some help, just feel free to ask on the server. I don't Craig29. Feel free to join our Discord server. The link is in the description. Feel free to join. We have a bunch of help channels. Best place to get help. Password. I'm grinding for like 40 hours for one Valorant key, dude. I really want to play that game so badly, but I'm not going to sit through an entire Twitch stream just to watch it. Unfortunately, I don't think he uses Python for Discord. I do. I have programmed in Python before. Don't get me wrong. I've just been focusing on one language instead. Making a warning system should be easy with MySQL. My issues are with LavaLink and Erology. Seems like it's broken. Ing32. If you can specify where your errors are on the Discord server, someone should be able to help you out. There have been a lot of people who have been having issues with LavaLink, but if you can like identify what the error is and tell us, then it would help out a lot. Okay, so I'm hoping that this actually logs our button without any problem. Please. There we go. Okay, great. Thank God that worked. Okay, so if you guys run into that same issue, this is how I fixed that. I created a new account, and I basically created an account and used the MySQL plugin. I used the older authentication plugin. The default plugin, if you're using MySQL version, the server version 8, it uses the newer authentication plugin. I think it's a SHA-256, or I'm not sure. But we had to switch the authentication plugin to MySQL native password. Yeah, it's in the religious modules. I'm not sure what that could possibly be. Oh yeah, like I signed up for yeah, I've been looking into the Valorant API. They're definitely gonna release that soon. I think they announced it like a few days ago or a few weeks ago. But I'm definitely interested. All right, so we have our database set up and we're logged into our database right over here. You can see. Okay, so now let's see. Let's set up a couple of models. So we'll go inside over database folder and create a couple models. I'm guessing maybe we probably only need maybe the guild member as well as the warns. So nothing too crazy. Guild member, or we can do let's see. Let's do this guild member.js. Hello, great video and very talented. Can I have a shout out, please? Min3 noob. Can you have a shout out? I don't know, man. Can you? Sequelize. No, we're not going to import that. We're going to do data types and then model. Fire. Sequelize. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going to create the model. So we need a guild member. IMRA. Module exports equal class guild member extends model. And we're going to need to set up our... I mean, theoretically, just shout them out. I mean, yeah, you're right. So... Oh, I just got roasted. XD. If you type in chat, you automatically get shouted out, so you got shouted out already. Let's see, I gotta set up my Sequelize model, so this is gonna be fun. status update. All right, so we got to do static init. Thank God for documentation. We're going to take in the SQL as instance, and we're going to have to return super.init. So we're going to call these super classes constructor. So all you have to worry about right now is we're just setting up the database model. That's it. Because we're giving our structure. We're giving a structure for our table. So once I actually sync and initialize this model, it's going to create the table for us. If I go inside my database right now, and if I do use, what was it called again? DJS warning. DJS warning. If I show table, it's going to say empty set. Okay. But once we synchronize everything, it's going to be just fine. I deserve a silver play button. I appreciate that, man, but I think back then, like a long time ago, they had like what, play buttons for like people who reached 10,000 subs. I'm pretty sure that existed back then. Not sure what happened to it now. Alright, so this should be fine. Let's see. I think that's all we need for the guild member. I mean, we could add other stuff too, like the username and stuff. So let's do username. $100K is for silver play button. Oh. I've always been confused in your videos. Is bot.js the ready event that would be in my events folder? Bot.js is the main file. It's the entry point of the application. I'm not using a command handler. MySQL and MongoDB MySQL. Yeah, maybe someday I'll hit a silver play button. Maybe someday. I mean, we are steering in the right direction, so that is a good thing. Oh, crap. Let's see. Alright, do I need the discriminator? Yes. We can add that. It doesn't really matter too much, but we can always add that type. String. I think this should be just fine for now. Excuse me. Excuse them. Not me, but someone else. Alright, let's do this. Guild members. Timestamps, true. Alright, so the guild member is going to have an association with the actual guild log, or I don't know what to call it, like a guild infraction. So each guild member is going to have an association with an infraction, and that's going to be, well, not an infraction, but what should I call it? Like an instance of like an infraction, I guess. So we're going to need a table that keeps track of how many infractions that they have, so how many strikes, mutes, warns, etc. The best thing to do here is, let's see, let's do this. Let's leave this alone for now. Let's create a new model. Let's call this guild member infractions.js, and we're just gonna copy like the same exact thing and just call this infractions. But this time, so this right over here is going to have, let's see, I think this is going to be a foreign key that's going to map to the guild member. So ideally, a guild member can have many infractions, or I think it's just going to be one table, to be honest with you. We can have, I think it's just going to be one-to-one relationship. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's going to be a one-to-one relationship. So, this is why I hate SQL, because you have to always take these things into consideration with like the association types and the one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many, and many-to-one relationships. The way that I'm structuring this right now is every guild member is going to map to one record in our guild member infractions table, and that table is responsible for keeping track of how many infractions they have. So, for example, how many mutes they have, how many warns they have, etc. We're not going to be storing the reason. That would be for another time. But let's see. For this, we're just gonna keep track. So we're gonna have their guild member ID as well as their guild ID. That's crucial. We need this. We need these two primary keys. Username, we don't really need that. We're just gonna store total warn. So this is just gonna be a number. So data types dot int. Okay, and we're gonna also have total strikes. So type data types dot int. Okay. And what else should I do? Total mutes. And we can have whatever we want. It's all up to you. I'm just doing these 3 simple ones for now. So every single time someone gets muted, it's going to increment this value in the database by 1. Likewise, every single time they receive a warn, it's going to increment this value. And same thing for this strike over here. And we're going to change the table name to guild member infractions, and we'll leave the timestamp as true. And let's see. I think this should be just fine for now. Do we need any associations? Let me see. Check the documentation and see how to properly associate a one-to-one relationship. Has one association, belongs to association, has many. Let's see. So yes, so this is a one-to-one relationship. A has only one, so a guild member is only gonna have one. Actually, is it? I don't know, because a guild member can belong in many guilds. So this is actually a one-to-many relationship, actually. Because remember, because we're trying to think of this in terms of having the bot work on multiple guilds, right? This bot is going to be able to work on multiple guilds because we're saving everything in a database. That's why we're saving the guild ID. Okay, if we weren't saving the guild ID, then there was no point of having this bot working on multiple guilds. Okay, so saving the guild ID allows us to check the current guild ID that they are receiving the infraction in, and as well as getting the correct guild member ID. So this bot is going to work on multiple guilds, so it is safe to say that that one particular guild member that is in many different guilds is going to have many different guild member infraction records, because the bot can exist in multiple guilds, and so can the guild member itself. Okay, so we're going to need to kind of really create some kind of has many associations. But it could also be the other way around too, like the guild member infraction can have I think many guild members. Actually no, no, I don't think so, because each one's going to be unique. So we're not going to worry so much about that though. Let's see. So I know, because I want to kind of do things the sequelized way, so I want to prevent like querying so much things and preventing like querying like 2 things at the same time. So a better thing to do is just like define like these relationships and then query them in just one go. So that's why I'm trying to see how I can structure this. But I think this will be okay. So what I'll do is I'll set up the commands that we're going to be using. We're not going to be using a command handler, so we're just going to keep everything in one file for now. So let's see, we need a couple of let's see, if message alter.bot message.channel.type is equal to dm, then we are going to return. So that's good enough. And let's see, so we want to set up just some basic commands over here. So we'll do let's see, if warn. So we need the warn command, we need the strike command, and we also need the mute command. So if message.content to lowercase starts with let's just set up a quick prefix. So I'll probably just do that right over here. So prefix equals hyphen. Yeah, let's do a hyphen. Actually, yeah, let's do W instead. And I'll just read the prefix right over here. So client dot, or whoop, not client, process.env data prefix. Actually, let me use object structuring. How is COVID-19 going in New York? It's been dying down, so that's good. I mean, I kind of predicted that it was going to die down around this time. Janos Hajurafis, which do you think is better, Python or JavaScript? That's honestly subjective. I don't really think one is better than the other. They're used for different things. But it really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get into web development, I would say JavaScript hands down is better, because if you want to learn web development, JavaScript is used in the client side, the front end, and you can also use JavaScript in the back end. So it's better to just, learn that one language and stick to it. So you don't have to like learn 2 different languages at the same time. That guy Jamal, what's up, man? How's it going? I don't have an opinion on him since only tried Python. Yeah, I want to do more Python videos. Don't get me wrong. The next wave will come in September. I hope not. I really hope not. Python is good for AI. Yes, that is true. See, if you're trying to like do like machine learning, then Python is perfect for that, because there are a lot of third-party libraries that support that. Holy crap, we got like 5 new members. Holy crap, that's crazy. But yeah, Python is good for machine learning and a lot of mathematical things. But if you're doing front end stuff like, client-sided JavaScript, things like that, then JavaScript would be the way to go. I have no idea how long I have, but I'm gonna just learn stuff. That's, what do you mean by that? I have no idea. I think, I hope that's not what I think it is, but just keep learning. Just keep learning stuff. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Just keep learning. Cheers. Yeah, man. Okay, so we're not gonna set up a command handler, so we're just gonna like just parse our, like, I hate setting up the commands like this, and I don't really want to use I really don't want to use Discord JS Commando. Carl Graham, thank you so much for the £5, man. I really appreciate it. That was through, I think, Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to like, when I was configuring my Streamlabs, I was trying to figure out how to oh, there you go. There it is. I don't know why. Okay, there's a delay, but there you go. Yeah, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. Can you stream and do a point system with MySQL? What do you mean by point system? That's pretty vague, because some people might interpret a point system as like an XP system, and I've done that before, and I also have a tutorial on that, I think. Actually, no, I don't. But what exactly do you mean by point system? And Carl, let me update your roles. You're Carl on... Yeah, there you go. I see you. I'm going to give you the new role. So you now are gold. Hi, can you do a dashboard with Express? I will at some point. Right now, I'm just not good enough with React. Well, not that I'm not good enough with React. It's like I need to find a UI library that I'm familiar with right now, and I'm gonna use I think either Bootstrap or Material UI. So I wanna wait for that first. I definitely want to use React, because React is the easiest. Because I don't want to just use Angular, because that's gonna throw a lot of people off. But I'm taking a lot of time to really structure it out, because I don't want to just like do something with like a whole bunch of like bugs and stuff. But at some point I will be releasing that tutorial. I mean, use points for games for X. Oh, for games, I see. Yeah, like we could later on we could do like some kind of a blackjack game, if that's what you mean, and then tally up points and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. I do prefer Python. Yeah. I'm learning Python. Is there a way to code a full bot in Python only? Yes, there is. The guy Jamal. Yes, there is. I do have a few videos with Discord Pi. Feel free to check it out on my channel. Okay, so we're gonna do starts with prefix plus. Let's do horn. Again, not the best way. I don't recommend parsing your commands like this, but we're just gonna go with this just for the simple things, and don't want to overwhelm everyone and confuse the hell out of people. So with this expects arguments, we're gonna do const args equals, let's see, once args equals message content split. So we're gonna split it with a regular expression. So I'll do that. Yeah, that guy Jamal. Feel free to check it out. All right. So we should have our arguments. So this should just be an array. We could probably do something like this where we can get the ID of the user, and we can separate the reason, or not reason. We can do args for here. So this is gonna give us the reason. Well, actually, I don't really think we're going to be storing into the database, to be honest with you. I gotta rethink how I'm gonna structure the database then, but that would be like a little bit more complicated. Links John, yo, welcome back to the stream, man. How's everything been? How's everything going? Good, busy with school? Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, 100%. How would I want to structure this? So a guild infraction. This is only gonna keep track, because again, like I said, this is keeping track of the total warrants, strikes, mutes, etc. But if I really wanted to keep track of the actual like infraction, like the reason, like what exactly would I put here? I mean, I could create another model, map it to the guild member ID and guild ID, and then give each reason. So every single time we create it, there'll be a foreign key that maps to the guild member or guild member infraction, and then that'll give us the actual reason. That'll give us the reason that they were warned for. I think that would be better. I'm trying to think though, how would we do that? I do have a Python, but just don't know how to structure it. How am I? Links John, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for asking. A Python, what do you have a Python of what? Like a bot or? Yeah, that's one thing with a lot of tutorials. I don't think I've ever actually done a proper Python tutorial. Like I've only done cogs, but like I've never really actually done a full-blown Python series where I started from the beginning to the. I mean, I kind of did with cogs, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll bring a Python series back. Okay, I think we'll just leave it like this for now. So we'll do it if they got warned 3 times, then we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, got to go. We'll be back. All right, Ecop. Thanks for checking out the stream, man. Really appreciate it. Cogs are the best thing. Yes, honestly, the only reason why I would ever use the Discord Py library is because of cogs. Because I really enjoy using cogs. Like when I first discovered them, I was really impressed, and I feel like it's so much better than the Commando framework, in my opinion. Commando being the Discord JS version of cogs. Okay, so let's just do this. We're not gonna expect the reason. We'll just get the ID. Okay, and let's do this. We're gonna have to find. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get the ID as well as mention the user. So let's see. So we'll get the ID, but we'll also check to see if the user is mentioned. You should do set welcome and leave message or a coin system. Coin system, isn't that kind of just like a economy system or something like that? I'm not sure what exactly a coin system is, but I'm guessing it's like a virtual economy. What program? Lucas Kumarza? Is it that popular Python tutorial guy? What program do you need so when you update your bot, the new code gets sent and update to the bot? Nodemon. Nodemon. Yeah, the economist. Oh, I see. Yeah, we could do that. We can do that. My MySQL multi-guild series is basically the whole point of what is basically the whole point of setting up something like that. Nodemon, M-O-N, like Pokemon, but Nodemon. Okay, so I want to check to see if the user. Okay, let's do this. If the user is mentioned, to check if the user is mentioned, we're gonna do if message dot mentions dot members first. Okay, so if that's the case, then we're gonna go ahead and get the user that way. So we'll do const. Let's see. Member equals message dot mentions dot members dot first. So that's gonna give us the actual member. Otherwise, we're gonna have to actually get the member. We're gonna have to fetch the member by the ID. So, let's see what I want to do here. You know what? Let's do this. Let member. So if this is true, we'll do that. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get the ID here. And let's do this. Kind of like... Oh, hold on, give me 1 sec. Lucas does have a rewrite tutorial of Python. Yeah, he does. BRB real quick. You're gonna use V12 when it's stable. What do you mean if it's stable? It's already been released. It's in the stable version already. This is version 12. But yeah, version 12 is stable. NodeMon also works with Python. Yes, it does. Yeah, I mean, when you say stable, what that means is it's been released. All the bugs have been checked already. They've, made sure everything is good, and they've claimed that it's stable. Before it wasn't stable. Yeah, before it wasn't stable. Like before February, it wasn't stable. Closet isn't stable yet. Yeah, I'm not sure. Does it have to be for? What do you mean? I was following your Discord OAuth2 tutorial, and the redirect URI is giving me an invalid URI. Yeah, you need to make sure it's slash localhost. No, not slash. It's localhost slash 3000. And there's a specific way that the URI has to be formatted. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna continue with this. So, all right. So if there is a mentioned user, then what we'll do is let's see. Of course, you're gonna have to check to see if they have permissions. So we'll do that. Is there any way you can share or show me? If you want, on my repository, I have the OAuth2 example. You can go on my GitHub and check it out and see if that works out for you. But let me actually type this out. Localhost 3000 auth redirect. That's how I have it. So when you pass in the callback URL, you have to pass in something like, it has to look something like this, auth redirect. Something like that. Do you think I should use Linux as my OS or Windows? I want to build apps, games with Python. It's up to you, to be honest. Linux is a really nice operating system. I like it. Some people prefer Windows, some people prefer Linux. It's just up to you. let's do this. So let's see. How do I want to do this? Remember, we'll check the rules later on. So what I'll do is, if member that mentions that first, then what we're gonna do is we'll just warn them then. So const member. And I guess from here we're gonna have to call the database. So let's go ahead and import our models. So guild member. Const guild member infractions. We'll import these two as well. It shows what's going on, man. We're building a warn system. When like that minute, what you're doing? What do you mean? Damn, we had some drama going on the on the Discord server while we were streaming, man. Damn. We had some drama going on. Yeah, useless drama. Sorry to cause such an entry. I mean, I don't know what happened. I'm reading the let me actually take a look. Holy crap. Never would I thought that we would have drama. Let's see what's going on. Look, I'll be honest. Look, I'm gonna look like I gotta actually address this, you know. I gotta address this. Uh so yesterday there's been like a lot here's the thing. This server itself, right? The reason one of my main goals with the server is I want to make sure that everyone is respectful to each other. Like there are so many servers that I've been on where people just, demoralize beginners. They just, talk down to them. And that's not what I stand for. Like I hate seeing stuff like that happen. And there are some people that are on my server that do condone that kind of behavior, and I've never participated in that kind of behavior before, so I don't know where they learned it from. But the issue arises when, they see someone else doing it and then they follow those patterns, right? If I like there are a lot of other servers where their staff they'll just like act in such a rude and condescending way, and it just drives beginners away. You know what I mean? It just drives people like away from wanting to actually learn, wanting to actually, you know, um, learn stuff. So the point that I'm trying to make is, for me personally, I would not want to, have people follow like me as someone who just, acts rude to someone, brings my ego out and makes people feel like they don't know anything. Like that's not what I'm trying to do. Like my main goal is to my main goal is to be a leader and help people out with their problems when it comes to programming, and also show them how they can also help people out too. Right? That's the main goal. So that's why like there are some instances where people do like engage into very like hardcore like very heated conversations, and I just try my best to diffuse immediately. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that just so people understand that I don't want like none of that nonsense happening. So I always monitor my server, and whenever some kind of thing happens, it's just like the Discord API is shaking. It would mean a lot if you can demonstrate it, because I cloned your repo and looked everywhere. Yeah, Burst. Why don't you do this? Are you in my Discord server? If you are, it would be a lot easier if you just joined, and that way I can like see what you have, and then answer your questions. Excuse me. People in my server are very hopeful. Well, I'm glad to hear that. E-cop some drama. Yeah, no one likes drama. Hello, how can I make a roll reaction bot? Renut's row. I have I have some tutorials that can get you started on that. So maybe check those out and see how they work out for you. Yeah, no problem, man. All right, let me actually continue finishing this, because I only have about like 2 hours left, so I want to finish this before I end the stream. So we're gonna have to we imported our models. Okay, we're gonna have to. Is my Python music bot tutorial complete? Not yet. I mean, we've only set up a very simple, uh, you know, a very simple play command, but there are still a lot of other things that we have to do. So I gotta like work through it first before I actually release the video, or not, or make the video rather. So yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna have to check the guild, and well, not the guild, the database, to see if the user actually exists. But before we do that, we need to actually initialize our table. So we have to do guild member dot init has sequelize or db, and then guild member infractions dot init db guild member dot sync guild member infractions dot sync. Can someone send me his server invite? The one in the video description says invalid. I can just make a new one for you. Here you go. There you go. Alright, so let me save, and let's just see what our logs say. No sequelized instance was passed. Okay, we have an issue. Let me see. Do we have to sync first and then pass in? Well, this right here is a sequelized instance. Right over here. But I think that might be a promise. Let me check something real quick. media. Let's see, models, or not models, app.js. I gotta see how I initialize everything. We have the database in here. Use for models. Util. Did I have inside database? What in the world did I do here? So we needed the connection. Oh yeah, so I'm doing it right. I don't know why it's saying I'm doing it wrong. That's so weird. That is very weird. Why is it saying I'm doing it wrong? I have database over here. I'll do it inside here, maybe. Okay, that's very weird. Try this. We are exporting this outside over here. Oh, maybe we gotta do this, maybe. Const connection. Oh, I get it, I get it. Let's see. What's going on here? Module. Exports. Connection. This is gonna be a promise, I think. Or, let's see, let's save that. When you make a bot, does all the code have to be in the same file? No, it does not. If you're using Python, there's something called cogs. Okay, we're still getting this error. I don't know why. What is going on? It's gonna say, okay, so this is the actual connection. This is the SQLized instance, but I don't know why it's saying... Is it because we don't have host? I figured by default it would be host. It would be a local host, but I feel like maybe we need to explicitly say that. And it's still giving us the same error. Amazing. Do I have to download it? You're using Discord Pi, right? So yeah, you have to download Discord Pi, and then there's some documentation on how to use cogs. But if you want, I have an entire, I think 6 videos on how to use cogs, so just check that out. I'm trying to figure out why this is... Oh, wait, you know what it is? Maybe inside here. Oh! Okay, there we go. Completely overlooked that. Alright, there we go. That should fix it. I forgot to specify the SQLized instance over here. That's why it was giving us the issue. So we can go back here and fix that. Okay. Alright, so this should work just fine now. Perfect. Just make sure. Oh no, it's not working. Oh no, what's going on? Okay, so we have our database here, but I think we need to initialize it first before we can sync. There we go, perfect. Okay, awesome. It's been so long since I've used. But there we go. We have our tables. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Alright, so now we just have to check if guild member exists. So we're gonna call the database. So let's do that. Let me just move this down here. And we have an asynchronous callback function. So inside here, I'm gonna go ahead and do const guild member equals await guild member.find. Let's do find by primary key. Now we have 2 primary keys, so that's going to be very tricky. So let's just do find one where guild ID is equal to message.guild.id, and then guild member ID is equal to message.member. We're going to do member actually. ID. Because we're trying to warn the user, so we want to check if that user exists in the database first. So this should return a truthy value. So if guild member, then that means they actually exists. Otherwise, we're gonna have to create and then update. So does not exist. All right, let's try this out. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see. Let me see real quick. All right, so this only right now this only works if we mention the user. How long have you been programming, and how many languages do I know? I've been programming for 3.5 years now, and I know a handful of languages. But honestly, you really only just need to learn one language. That's it. You don't have to worry about learning every single language in the world. Just learn one language. Okay, so let me try mentioning myself and see what happens. So it didn't give us any logs. Maybe we did something wrong. Warn. So our prefix is, in fact, let's see, w/. So this should have triggered console log. Actually, let me show you guys something cool. Since you guys are watching, let me show you guys how to use a debugger. Okay, so look, right now I'm having an issue, right? I'm trying to... Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. I forgot to do warn, like the actual command. Okay, there we go. This should have actually worked. Okay, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you guys how to use a debugger, which is actually very useful. So I might as well just show you guys that right now. So if you're using Visual Studio Code, you can actually just launch a debugger. If you go over here, and if you click on this little play symbol with the little bug icon over here on the left side, or if you just hold or press Control-Shift-D. Welcome back, Clearly. If you just press Control-Shift-D, then you can activate the debugger. But let's go. I'm going to show you guys how to use a debugger. This is like a very quick tutorial on how to use it. But we need to set up a debugger. So there we go. You see how, like right over here, we have our bot ran right now. Let me actually exit this process over here. Okay. So right now our bot is currently running. Oh, we don't have a configuration, so we have to set that up. Let's do that. So let's go over here. Let's add a configuration. So it should create... Yep, right over here. So I think workspace folder is currently Discord.js warning system. So we're going to have to change this part to point to source bot.js, which is the file that we want to debug. Did you run into any issues developing with Node on Windows? I have never had any issues with Node.js on Windows ever. How do you keep your bot online 24/7? You can either run it on your computer and use PM2, or you can do what Stefan said and deploy it to a server like DigitalOcean. But obviously, if you don't want to keep your computer on 24/7, then, you know, the deploying to a server is the way to go. Yo, gang, what's going on, man? How's it going? Alright, so I wanted to show you guys how to use this debugger. So let's say, for example, if I want to kind of like see what's going on, and let's say this function over here. Okay, so let's do this. So let's put some breakpoints over here. So I can kind of like step into my code and see the values instead of putting a bunch of console logs everywhere. Because sometimes console logging is very... It's very noobish. Okay, so... But of course, it is effective if you use it effective. You know, but let's just do a quick debug. So let me just do this real quick. Let's launch our configurations. We should have a configuration set up. Yep. Okay, so our bot should log in just a sec. Let's see, where is the terminal? Where is my output? Oh, debug console. Okay, there we go. Okay, so see how over here we're logged in. So let me go ahead and actually send a message. So what I'll do is, let's see, I'll go right over here. Well, let me move this over here. Okay, let's try this. So now this should trigger something. It did not. What's going on? Not sure what's going on with the debugger. Okay, there we go. Should work now. Okay, so we have a couple of breakpoints over here. So if I do for some reason it is not showing up. For some reason that is an epic fail. Oh, that's strange. Very, very strange. Yeah, I actually got to get my own Raspberry Pi very soon. Once this whole COVID-19 stuff is over, I got to get my own Raspberry Pi. I might do a giveaway on that, once this whole COVID-19 stuff is gone. I just don't want to, deal with shipping and stuff, but they're very essential, and they're very cheap too and very affordable, but I definitely want to do a Raspberry Pi giveaway. They're good for a lot of things. You can use it to pretty much host any application you want. It's pretty much like a mini Linux home server, basically. Yeah, pretty much. It's just like a server. Okay, so if I do warn, it should say does not exist. Perfect. So if it doesn't exist, that means they're getting warned for the first time. Fracture X, what's good, man? How's it going? So if it goes into this else case over here, that means the user does not exist. So we're gonna have to add a try catch. This is shortly gonna look like spaghetti code because we're not using a command handler. You run noobs. Yeah, noobs is pretty good. I can't wait to try out the Raspberry Pi 4. When I tried out the Raspberry Pi 3, I was getting like so many issues with the operating system that I was installing because I didn't want to use noobs, man. Like noobs was very basic. Skit, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it, man. Welcome to the channel. Do you recommend I recommend Visual Studio Code. I feel like PyCharm, the IDE itself is very brolic. There's so much that might overwhelm someone. I would just recommend using Visual Studio Code. That's it. That's my opinion, though. Of course, other people have other opinions, too. But yeah, if you're just starting out, just use Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is awesome. Like, I've been using it for so long, and I honestly never have any issues. Okay, so we're going to have to create the guild member. Okay? And we're going to have to create the guild member infractions. So let's do this. So... okay, so if guild member exists... hold on, let me see something real quick. Sequelize query to tables. It's only $35 for Raspberry Pi 4. Yeah, that's pretty affordable. Gang, are you on the Discord server? If you aren't, I would recommend you join the server and ask your question there. There are a lot of people there that can definitely help you out, so feel free to check it out. Okay, thanks, man. You've been more helpful in this live stream than 50 videos I've seen so far. That guy, Jamal. Yo, I'm glad to be able to help you guys, to be able to help you out. And same thing here. Everyone on the chat is giving really good advice, too. So I'm glad that everyone's interacting with each other, which is pretty cool. I'm hosting my bot on the Raspberry Pi 4. It's alright. Yeah, Raspberry Pi 4s are pretty awesome. Like, I live near a micro center, and it was really cool just being able to get a Raspberry Pi 4, or not 4, 3. Let me see something real quick. Raspberry Pi 4 model. Quad core 4 gigabytes. I mean, I think the cheapest one is 4 gigabytes, right? Dude, that guy Jamal, you're missing out, man. Micro Center is like the best store ever. I went there one time. It's literally like computer heaven. I'm hosting my bot on Glitch. Dude, I really need to get a Raspberry Pi 4. Like the 4 gigabyte one is gonna be so awesome. Like 4 gigabytes, connectivity 2.4 gigahertz, 5.0 gigahertz. What is this wireless LAN? Where's the CPU? Broadcom BCM271 quad core, 64-bit, 1.5 gigahertz. I think what was the old one? Raspberry Pi 3. I really gotta get one now, man. 1 gigabyte, and what was the CPU? 1.2 gigahertz. The other one was what, a quad core? 1.5 gigahertz, so 4 cores. There's Ethernet, standard pin, 2 micro HDMI ports, video and sound multimedia, SD card support. Dude, I'm just gonna get a rack of Raspberry Pis and use it to host my bots. Yo, what's going on, Dawes? How's it going? Yeah, I know, I can't wait to go with you. Micro Center is freaking awesome, man. I can't wait to go back there again. I live like about, like, I think an hour away from it by car. Or I think, no, like 30 minutes by car, so it's not too bad. Are there cases you can buy on Amazon? Yeah, you can buy cases for Raspberry Pi. I would recommend it too. Right now, it's only Wi-Fi because I don't have Ethernet to my room yet. Let's see. All right, so we gotta, let's see. I gotta check to see if the guild member exists. If they don't exist, then that means that the guild member infraction does not exist as well. So we're gonna have to create that too. So let's see if guild member. Okay. All right. So over here, we're gonna have to create the guild member as well as the guild member infraction. Check DMs. All right. Sounds good. I'll check my DMs. Micro Center. Oh yeah, I was looking at that. 49.99, 4 gigabyte 4 GB DDR4. 10. There's 10 in stock at my store right now. Damn, I can't wait to get this, dude. I'm gonna get like 10 of these. I'm gonna get like 10 of these. The Raspberry Pi is capable of hosting so many things at the same time. But can they run Minesweeper? Yeah. All right, so let me create this. Let's see. Wait, guild member create. We're gonna have to pass in. I really want to finish this before 7:30. So within the next hour, I really want to finish this. Guild member ID. Guild ID. So I'm just gonna add their fields to the database. So member.user.username and then discriminator. User.discriminator. All right, so that should add them there, and we're also going to make sure that we add them to the guild member infractions over here. So let's go and do that. I feel like I should create some functions because I know this is very, very, very terrible. We'll leave that alone for now. Guild member infractions. Create So I'm just going to copy 2 of these same fields over here. And for guild member infractions, we're going to have to add the infractions. So right now we're just creating the instance in the database. So when you're a dev at an MC server, how many plugins can you make in 2 weeks? Are you asking me, or who are you asking? I finally got through 3 and 2 hour live stream for your React bootcamp, and they were really helpful then. Yeah, I'm really glad they helped you out, to be honest. I felt like I was just kind of like just talking and like just doing things on my own, but like to hear that it actually helped some people out, and that's good. I definitely want to do more of them. I've just been so busy with so many other things too. Yesterday I made a bot that sole purpose is DM you the B movie script 1 word every 1.25 seconds. Friend sent a TikTok like that to me, so I had to try it. All right, so since this means that they're going to be in the database for the first time, we're going to set total warns to 1. Total strikes will be 0. Total mutes 0. I'm so not used to just writing everything in just one file. I'm usually used to just like doing everything in like a command handler. So this just feels so weird, even though it's like the most basic thing, but it just feels so unorthodox. Because I'm used to just like doing everything in a structured file. Seeing someone who is still learning and facing the same issues as we would be facing is really helpful. Yeah, man, dude. I'm still learning a lot, dude. I have a lot to learn. And in the future, we're always going to be learning new things, so, you know. Never stop learning. Of course, I can just sit around and just act like I know Discord.js only. But if I never, like, you know, step out and branch into different technologies, I'm never going to improve. So, you know, struggling is a part of the process. There's no way that you're going to get better if you don't struggle. Okay, so this should create both of them successfully. So, let's see. I think this should be fine. Let's do a simple console log. Oh, we gotta do string interpolation. I have quit 2 times. Yeah, quitting is a part of the process too, and then coming back to it. It's okay to quit, but coming back to it with a stronger mindset is what's more important. Okay, so this should work without any issues. If it doesn't work, then that's going to be pretty embarrassing. So let's just see what happens. Hopefully we don't get any issues, but I'm just going to warn myself for testing purposes. Perfect. So that warned us. So you can see right over here that it's executing all these SQL queries. It's adding our fields to the database because we're not in there. Now, if I go ahead and do select from guild member, you can see my data's in there. Select from guild member infractions. You're going to see that I have 1 warn, total strikes, total mutes. So now we just have to update our stuff inside the database. So that's going to happen inside here now. So now if I try to warn myself again, it's not going to do anything because it's just going to say exists in the console. Should have said exist. Should have said exist. Where was it? Or maybe my thing is just, it's buried somewhere over here. Logged into DB. Oh, that's strange. Oh. I'm having a bad day today. I should have done the command. I typed warned. Okay, there we go. Exist. Alright, so now inside here, inside the else case. Before I even move on, let's just test this on my other server over here. So if I go over here, we have Pokebot over here. It should be able to send messages in general. So if I do warn sty, notice how it says warn sty, and you can see right over here that it says select guild member blah blah, and then we insert it into our database. NodeMon is not working. How do I get it up? Is it like an app or just something that works in the background? NodeMon is a blocking application, so you have to have the terminal opened up the entire time in order for it to actually work. If you're trying to run a Python app, if I remember correctly, it's NodeMon --exec equals Python or Python 3, depending on which version you have, and then the path to the Python file. So for example, source bot.py. I think I have a video that shows you how to set up a pipenv script that shows you how to use nodemon with a Python file. Let me actually check my GitHub real quick so I can send you the script, so that way you know how to use it. Lava link Discord bots. Discord Python example. Let's go over here. The file right over here. So yeah, so I don't know if you can see this, but it's nodemon -- exec and in your Python version. So if you have Python 3 installed, your Python executable might be Python 3. For me, my path is set to Python itself. So for some people it might be Python 3. For me, it's Python. And then you pass in the file name, and it's going to run nodemon for a Python script. Okay. Cool. All right, and if we look at the database, you can see right over here that we have both of my infractions in different guilds. So this will work with multiple different guilds, which is pretty cool. Where's Dawes? I don't know. I think he's still on the stream, maybe. His GitHub is in the description here. Yeah. Dude, when I upload, I'll be honest, when I uploaded my first Python video in like ages, it just felt like a huge comeback. So I definitely want to upload more Python videos. You know, I know there's a handful of people who are Python devs on my channel, so I want to show them some love and give them some Python content. But I don't know, maybe I'll do a Discord bot. Maybe I'll do, I don't know, a web app, who knows. Do a collab with Dawes. Yeah, sure. You are helping me become a better dev. Yo, I'm glad to hear that. That guy Jamal. Do a collab with Dawes Vibes for Python. Yo, the thing is though, we're actually hosting an event. We're hosting an event soon. Like, this event is actually gonna happen. Like, I told Dawes and Hype, my two mods, about it, and they really like the idea. And I really want to execute this, but there's a lot of thought that I want to put into it because I don't want it to be like I don't want it to be a flop, so I gotta put in a lot of thought into it. But we were talking about prizes, and the prizes itself would be pretty cool. It would be like either, you know, a Raspberry Pi or a keyboard, like something tangible, something that you can actually use. Like, not something like Discord Nitro, because, you know, not everyone wants Nitro. Like, it's nice having it, but there's not really much you could do with it. I have a question. Is it somehow possible to make a voice channel which names would be counting current players on a specific FiveM server? Yes, that is possible. You would need to interact with the FiveM server API. And every single time someone joins the FiveM server, I'm sure there's an event that is emitted. So you would have to send that event all the way to, you know, Jonah. Oh, so that's who you are. Welcome to the stream, Celestial. I won the Nitro giveaway. Did you? Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, honestly, I want to do I want to do giveaways, man. Like, I want to give back to the community. That's always something that I enjoy doing. It's just part of my nature, so. But Raspberry Pi is definitely something that we'd consider doing, or at least I would consider doing. Yeah, man, like the whole event, like I've been talking about this before. I've spoken about this before, and I mentioned it briefly on uh the server, that we're basically trying to have like some kind of mini competition. It's not, well, not competition. I don't want to call it competition because people I don't want to call it competition because some people might get a little bit too aggressive over it. But what I want to do is I want to create some kind of collaborative environment where people can work together and you know, code, like put all of their knowledge together and just, like, you know, do something together. because there are some things that someone else might know that other people might not know, and joining those two brains together allows you to learn a lot more new things. Is there any way you could quickly test out your repo and check if it works? Well, yeah, it works. So here's what you gotta do. You gotta go over to discordapp.com. Okay, you gotta go over to developer portal. And over here, you have to go to OAuth 2. You have to add a redirect. So you're gonna type in HTTP localhost port 3000 auth redirect. And inside the Discord passport, inside the Discord strategy, you have to make sure that this is the correct redirect. You can just do /auth/redirect or the entire URL. I guess Jonah does sound masculine. Parents ruined me. I never said that. But I do remember you commented on my YouTube, one of my YouTube videos. I don't remember which one, but I remember I saw a comment from Jonah. But yeah, okay. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue with this. But yeah, like I said, the event is gonna be pretty awesome. Like, I think it's gonna be great. I think it's going to definitely, attract a lot of people. We're gonna set up 2 GitHub repositories, and we're gonna allow people to fork that base repository, and we're gonna allow them to make changes to the repository every single time. So it's going to teach them a lot of things. It's going to teach them how to work together. It's going to teach them how to properly set up a GitHub repository. It's going to teach them how to use a version control system like Git. We're also going to have requirements too. So there's going to be some requirements where you're going to have to learn how to use a database. You're going to have like certain features with the bot. A lot of things. And the thing is though, there's going to be not just one winner, but multiple winners. So for example, every single approval that you get on the pull request that you do on GitHub, you're gonna get like a certain amount of points, and if it gets rejected, then you have to fix it and then resend it again. If it gets approved, then you'll get a certain amount of points depending on what the task was, and then we total the entire points, and that's how the winner will be selected. And then I don't know, we could probably do something like runner-ups and stuff like that, or like everyone who automatically enters gets something. I'll have to look into that. But there's a lot of work that we have to put into right now for that, so it's still in the works right now. I'm gonna change my name to Joanna one day, and yes, I was proud of your video because you figured something. I was proud of you because you figured out something. Haha, by the end of it. Damn. Let's see. All right, so okay, so if the guild member exists, and that means they've already received an infraction already. So this right over here is warn. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see, we're gonna just have to update their warn. So we'll do const guild member doc equals await guild member dot find one, where guild member ID, and then guild ID is equal to guild ID. So we're just gonna get the user from the database. Well, actually, wait a minute. We already found them already. We have to do guild member infractions. So this is going to get us the guild member infraction. So I'm just going to rename this to infraction. And so now, watch this. If I log this to the console, you're going to see what it's going to look like. And it's just going to look like the record from our database over here. So let's go over to here. And let's do this. So you're going to see that we have the query, or the we have the record from our database. You can see over here, data values is our record. Guild member ID, guild ID. The total number of warns, total strikes, total mutes. I am using MySQL, and we're using SQLite to interact with the database. Okay. And so now what I want to do next is I just want to go ahead and update the data values. I can just do something like this: infraction dot let's see, updates. Let's see. I think I could probably just do get data value. And we're gonna pass in what is it? Total warrants. Yep, total warrants. Okay. And I'm gonna make a function to make this more generic too, so we don't have to rewrite the same code over and over again. So get total warns. Okay, so let's log that real quick. Whoa. Current warns. All right, let's try this again. I see this is 1. So this is const. Let's change the let because we're gonna have to increment it by 1, and then we're just gonna do infraction dot update, and we have to pass in a key. So we're gonna do total warns, and that's gonna be plus current warns. And I think we have to save as well. So we'll do that. So infraction save. We have to await that. I have a good idea for a warning system. Shoot. What is it? Member. Wait a minute. No, it's member. Sorry about that. All right. All right, there we go. So let's see what happens over here. So now if I warn myself, it says warn sty. There we go. And if I go in here, you can see it says 2 warns. Okay. But now the question is, we need to check the amount of warns that they have. We need to check how many warns they have, and if they reach 3, we have to give them a strike. Okay, if they reach 3 strikes, then they're gonna go ahead and get a mute. So here's the thing: total warns. You can specify the amount of warns that they should receive until they get a strike. So since we're doing 3, what we're gonna have to do is every single time we're gonna have to get the amount of warns from the database, mod it by 3. Okay. The reason why we're modding it by 3 is because we want to make sure that every 3 warns, they get a strike. So when you mod a number, it's going to give you the remainder. Okay, so for example, every increment of 3 is going to give us a new strike. So for example, 3 warns, 1 strike. 6 warns, that's a total of 2 strikes. 9 warns, 3 strikes, and etc. Okay, so once they reach 9 warns, obviously that's 3 strikes. So we're gonna have to mod number by 3 every single time. So, let's see. This is gonna be fun. I think it's just best if I write a function right now, because this is going to just look very ugly. So let's do this. Async function handle warn. My chair is squeaking for some reason. Okay. Music bots are quite hard to do as your first bot. That is true. That guy Jamal, you should learn the basics first. If you don't know programming, of course, make sure you know programming. But make sure you know programming first. That's very important. If someone got 4 warns, for example, the bot sends a message to make the warn author choose if he wants to kick or ban. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea, OSMX. It's so fun watching you. Makes me want to jump right in. Yeah, I know. I know how you feel, that guy Jamal. Like sometimes I'll watch other streamers as well, or like other YouTubers, and I'm just like, holy crap! Like this is just insane. But we all gotta start from somewhere at some point. So, like I said, just start with the basics. Get yourself familiar, and welcome back clearly. Yeah, but it's hard for a lot of people. Some people always get overwhelmed and they want to just work on like cool things immediately. but you know, I promise you, it's worth it. It's gonna be rewarding. Once you learn all the basic stuff, it's gonna be so worth it in the end. Okay, so over here, what I want to do, handle warrant. So we're gonna have to do all this stuff over here. So let's create a function called async function find guild member, and this is gonna be responsible for. We're gonna take in the member ID and guild ID. Actually, wait. We're gonna do return guild member find one where guild ID is guild ID, or this guild ID, and then guild member is guild member ID. Okay. There we go. So that's gonna return. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do next? I want to create another helper function, async function, find guild member infraction. And we're gonna take in the same parameters. So we're just gonna copy this right over here. Paste that in. A good please to learn JS is Khan Academy. I know Khan Academy does have videos on JavaScript. Yeah. Okay, I'm out. I have waited 40 hours for one Valorant key. You'll have fun with that game, man. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, I really want to get that game, man. Like, I feel like, yo, if I got the game, would you guys actually watch me play Valorant just to see how bad I am at video games? No, I'm just kidding. I'm alright. I mean, I'm not the worst, but I've played games like Overwatch and CS:GO, and I've always been a competitive person. So, like with any game that I play, like I'll literally just put my mind to it and try my best to get as high as I can in the video game ranking. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to play Valorant at some point. I just want it for the API. Oh, did they actually give you the API key already? That'd be sick. But I don't even think you need the actual I don't think you actually need the game to get the API key though. You just have to sign up for it. Like I think there's a button that you can sign up. I need a stream to watch anyways. Right now I got no one to invest to. Well, yeah. I need a more consistent stream schedule. Because right now, this was random. Like I didn't think I would be streaming today, but I was like, you know what? Let me stream today. Because why not? Let's see. Okay. Number. I think we're good here. Okay. Let's see. So we could probably get rid of these things over here. So I could probably get rid of this, and I can call find guild member, and I can pass in the member ID. So member.id as well as the member.guild.id. Just to make this a little bit cleaner. And if this actually exists, then we're gonna go ahead and jump right in here, and we're gonna find the infraction. So we're gonna do the same thing. So find guild member infraction. Welcome back, that guy Jamal. And since I am referencing these values again, I could probably just use object destructuring. Maybe up over here. Actually, let me do this. Hold on. There's no. I'm just gonna do this. And then I'll do if member. So that'll be a truthy value if the member is actually, if there was a member that was mentioned. And then const guild member. And we'll check for the permissions later. We'll check for them up over here. Well, we're gonna have to check to see if the member has like certain roles or permissions. So people who have those roles should not be warned or striked. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to get the ID as well as the guild from member. So I'm doing something called object destructuring. So member itself is an object that has other objects and properties. So I'm destructuring this object. So I'm pulling member.id, but I'm pulling it and storing inside this variable over here. And I'm doing the same thing for guild. So instead of having to constantly do member.id, now I have the ID property destructured from this member object. So I can just reference ID, and that's going to be the member ID. Likewise, right over here, member.guild.id, I can just do guild ID. So that's destructuring right over there. Very, very useful technique and very modern. So highly recommend you practice it. And okay, so we can do all this logic over here. So when we find the guild member, maybe we can create another function called handle warn down there. So we'll do that right down there. So let's see. Let's do this. Let's see. So we have the infraction already. How do I want to do this? So if they're not found, we'll create the guild member. So async function creates guild member. And we're just gonna use this function over here and create this. So create that. And we'll create the infraction as well down here. So create guild member infraction. And then we will create the infraction on here. Okay, so this right over here is just going to be some helper functions to help us with creating our models or creating our instances. So that's going to be useful. Okay, and that's going to by default give them a warn. But actually, what skin do I use for VSC? I use skin theme. I use Dainty Nord. But just look up Dainty. There are a whole bunch of variants. Please share code on GitHub at the end. Yeah, it will be on my GitHub, don't worry. If we don't finish this today, we'll finish this tomorrow. I said that very loosely because for a second I thought tomorrow was Monday. I'm like, thank God tomorrow's Sunday. I need my weekend. Okay. Okay, so let's see. When we create the infraction, what we'll do is we'll pass in the type of the infraction. So for the first time when they create it, for example, is we're gonna use a switch case because I don't want to create more than just one function. So we'll do this. So switch type. How do I want to do this? Let's see. So case if it's a warn. This is gonna look so ugly, but I'm sure there's a better way. So but yeah, let me double All right, so this is gonna we're using just a simple switch case to determine like what we should actually do. So, for example, if it's a warn, then we're going to create the infraction with a 1. If it's a strike, we're going to do it for strike and then total mutes. Okay. Creating guild member, that itself is fine. Okay. So, what we're going to do here is, let's see. If guild member, then we're going to find the guild member infraction. So, we're going to check to see if the infraction exists. And if it does, we're just going to update. Okay. If it doesn't, wait, what did I do here? Okay, so if guild member, okay, so there we're gonna have to create. So we're gonna have to call create guild member. No, create guild member infraction. There we go, over there. So await, passing the ID and then passing the guild ID. The audio is gone. Never mind. Yeah, I had to mute myself for a second. The weekend goes by so fast. It does. Let me see what I want to do next. Okay. So then we're gonna create the infraction, and then we're gonna say warned. And if this exists, the infraction should exist. We're gonna find it, and let's just do this. If infraction, and we're gonna have to do this, and we're gonna have to await all these because they return promises. Otherwise, they happen asynchronous, so we have to make sure we're awaiting them. So just to walk through it, we're checking to see if the guild member exists. Okay. If it does, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna check to see. We're gonna find the infraction, and then we're gonna update their warns, and we're gonna save. What's going on over here? Okay, there we go. So that should give us a total amount of warns. Okay, now since we're warning, we're gonna check. We're gonna do current warns mod 3. So if current warns mod 3 is equal to 0, so that means that if this is true, that means that they should be. That means they've received a number of warns that is divisible by 3, which means they need to get muted, okay, or strike rather. So if number mod 3 is equal to 0, then we're gonna actually strike them. So let's do this. We're gonna have to update strikes. So let's do. Let me do this. So we're also gonna warn them as well as strike them. So we're gonna do total warns. So that's going to be total warns. And then we're gonna do total, strikes. Is gonna be plus 1 strike. So current strikes equals infraction, get data value, total strikes. Can you make a live category in GitHub? What do you mean by live category? Okay, so this should give me this message, warn and strike. Now, if the current warns mod, oh wait, this should be mod, sorry. If the current warns mod 3 is not equal to 0, that means they should just get a warn. So we're gonna just do the same thing down here. So instead, we're just gonna update warns instead. And let's see. Warned member. Perfect. Okay. Let's try this out. Let's see what happens. ID has already been declared. What's going on? Where did I declare ID? Oh, down here. Okay, let's just get rid of this. We'll expect them to actually mention the user, otherwise it won't work. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go on my test server, and now on my database, I have 2 warns, so it should say warned and striked. So if I do this, it didn't say warned and striked. Why didn't it? So, oh, you know why? It's because current warns mod 3. Because current warns is actually 2. We actually have to add current warns. Okay, but I do have 3 warns right over here. Okay, but if I do this again, it should say warned and striked. There we go, warned and striked. So now if you have a certain amount of warns, it's going to strike you. Okay, so I think I have to fix this because I think obviously the third initial warn should warn a strike. So we're gonna have to fix this by doing like current strikes, and then we're gonna have to just do plus current strikes, and then check that, and then we can avoid incrementing that. In the Netherlands, it's Sunday, 1 a.m. Wow. But I'll be right back real quick. Everyone spam poop since he's gone. I just had to use the bathroom. You know what I realized? I know there are a lot of my a lot of the people on my server. It's actually pretty cool because I've realized that something. No, I'm not getting ice cream. I actually ran out of ice cream. I have fruit though. Okay, so let me go ahead and reset my. Okay, so hold on. I should have said strikes. There we go. See how it says strikes? Okay. So now, if I warn myself 2 more times, you'll send me ice cream. That's so nice of you. Sends ice cream. That's so nice. My favorite is chocolate, by the way. Just letting you know. Alright, so if I warn myself again 2 more times, there we go, warned and not striked. Why did not say striked? That is weird. Let's see. Should have said warned and striked. Why is that the case? So current. Oh, wait. What am I doing? What am I doing? It's supposed to be current warns, not current strikes. Okay, there we go. Pistachio. Yeah, I like pistachio too. Green tea and pistachio is pretty nice. Oh, I like peanut butter. Reese's peanut butter ice cream. Okay. 2. No, that should have not happened. Oh, wait. Right over here. There we go. Okay, so now... Okay, so now if I warn myself 2 more times, it should say... So, warn myself once. Hello? Discord bot? You okay? Okay, let's try it again. Probably wasn't logged in. There we go. Warned. It's not saying striked. Wait, what? Total warns. Current warns. Current strikes. What am I doing wrong? Let me see. 14. Okay, so 15 it should say warned striked. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no, that's not what we want. We're getting it's incrementing so much. What's going over here? So current warns plus plus. That should add by 1. And then we check to see if it is okay, let's see. Alright, so our bot should log in just a sec. Cookie dough, yeah, cookie dough is nice too. Don't let Reese's ice cream melt and eat it. It's torture to eat. I gotta head out fun watching the Maxis the Moose. Thank you so much for checking out the stream, man. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a good night or evening wherever you are. The record for fastest Discord ban is 0.89 seconds. Really? I feel like it'd be shorter. 2021, okay. 2022. 23, 24. Huh. Let me see. So we get the current warns. Okay. So that's got from the database. That's coming from the database. Okay. We are checking to see if so here's the thing. So right now we have 24 warns. So the next 3 should give us, so we have 25. Okay, so that's 1 warn. Okay. Excuse me. Apparently it's incrementing again somewhere. I don't know where it's... Oh. Wait a minute. Let me see. Infraction existent. Apparently it's incrementing somewhere else, which I don't really understand where it is. I don't think you need to increment current warns still on line 47. Why do we not need to increment this here? So let me see. If infraction... Okay, so if it doesn't exist, then we're going to go down here. But I don't think that would really do any effect, though. If the infraction exists, then we're going to go down here. Oh, wait a minute. But it does exist, so... The else cases shouldn't go inside the else case, though. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I know what you mean. Okay, just to recap, because I am, I don't know, but right over here, we're checking current warns mod 3. So since they are not supposed to be warned, or since they're not supposed to be striked, we're going to go into this else case. And since we incremented up here, we don't need to increment down there. So that's what was causing it. Good eye. Good eye, Saren mods. Good eye. Alright, so now we have 26, so warned. Okay, so that's good. Mod 3, that's going to be 5. Okay, so that's should be 5 strikes. So if I warn 2, 3, perfect. Okay, so that's working just fine. And pretty much right over here, our total number of strikes should correlate with total warns. Okay, so for example, if I have 30 warns, then that means I should have 6 strikes, assuming that everything is working well. If I have 31 warns, if I have 33 warns, I should have 11 strikes. Yeah, 11 strikes. Hello, just want to ask if you know how to create a Discord private room, would you click on it? Yes, you would have to create a new channel and only allow that particular user with whoever else to have access to it, to read messages. That's basically the gist of it. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying though. Hopefully that helps. So like you basically just have to create a new channel and then you have to update the permissions, or you can create a channel with permissions in it. Like creating it and then setting it. Okay. So I think we have the warn working just fine. We now need strikes. Okay, so now we're gonna have to check strikes now. So let's go on over here. Else if. This would be so much if we were using command handler, but we'll do that next time. So let's do strike. And the strike, it's gonna be the same thing. Check if they've been striked 3 times, and if they check if they've been striked 3 times. Yes, if they've been striked 3 times, they get muted instantly. So here's the thing, though. You don't necessarily need to be you don't necessarily need a warn in order to be muted, because once you reach 3 strikes, it's just gonna auto mute you. If you reach 3 warns, then it'll auto strike you. Okay, so the strikes and the warns don't really have to, correlate. Like, it doesn't have to follow the ratio, if you get what I'm saying. Because what I was saying earlier was because since every 3 warns is going to have a strike, that means if we were to just let the automated system do everything, that would mean that the first 3 warns is going to be 1 strike, 6 warns is going to be 2, 9, 3 strikes, etc. So it's gonna follow that divisibility. All right, E-Cup, have a good one, man. Thanks for checking the stream. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we're just gonna do the same thing. We're gonna make sure that they are mentioning someone, and if they don't, then we're just going to not do anything. So we can copy a lot of this code over here. It's gonna look ridiculously long, but okay. So we're gonna find a guild member. If the guild member exists, then we're gonna continue with this logic. If they don't exist, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a guild member infraction, and we're gonna specify the type. So the type is going to be a strike. So that means down over here, it's going to create an instant strike right down there. Same thing with what we were doing right over here. We have to specify the type. So that's going to be, let's see, warn. Okay. All right, so right over here, let's see. We're gonna go inside this logic. So we're gonna find the guild member by ID. If the guild member exists in the database, that means they already have received an infraction. Okay, const infraction equals await guild member infraction. So we're gonna find the infraction. Okay, if the infraction exists, then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get their total strikes. Okay, and we're this time, instead of getting the total what's it called again? The total warrants, we're gonna get the total mutes. So current mutes infraction get data value total mutes. Okay, and you can see right over your total mutes. So that's currently 0, but once we reach 3 3 strikes, then it's going to just give that mute, it's going to increment that mute by 1. So literally we're just doing the same thing that we did up there. So we're going to increment strikes this time, and then we're going to check to see if current strikes mod 3 is equal to 0. So if that number is divisible by 0 after it's been incremented by 1, that means they've reached the total amount of strikes to be auto-muted. So we're going to go ahead and update, instead of warns, we're going to update strikes. Or, I'm sorry, we're going to update, we're going to update strikes, as well as total mutes. We're going to increment total mutes by 1. So it's pretty much the same thing we're doing up here. But down here, we're just incrementing mutes this time. And then we're going to save, and then we're going to go ahead and say striked and muted. Okay. And then down here, if the current strikes mod 3 is not equal to 0, okay, then what we're going to do is we are going to just give them a strike. That's it. So it's going to be total strikes. There's going to be current strikes right over here. We're going to save, and we're just going to say striked. Now, if they've never been striked before, if they've never received an infraction, down here in this else case, it's going to create a guild member infraction record for them, for their member, for that particular member and the guild that they're in. And it's going to create a strike, and it's just going to give them a default value of 1. Okay? Yeah, that's pretty much it for the strike. And, okay, so now we just have to do mute. But before we do mute, let's actually test this out. So, let's see. Okay, man, I'm going to head out and keep learning more Python. It's been a great video. Yeah, man, that guy Jamal, thanks so much for checking out the stream. Hope to see you next time. And like I said, just keep practicing, man. Just keep practicing. And you'll get better. Let me get my tester real quick. Alright, so over here, and now we're going to test the strike. So I currently have 7 strikes, so if I get strike 2 more times, it should auto-mute me, or it should, but we haven't implemented that yet. I just want to see how that works. So strike, striked. Okay, so now you can see over here that it went from 7 to 8, and total warns was not touched at all. Okay, now if I strike myself again, strike demuted. So obviously we're not actually muted, so we're gonna have to do that. I have to go. Thank you for your videos and live streams. Love to see more. Yeah, Cosbata, thanks so much for checking it out, man. Really appreciate it. Talk to you later, man. Okay, so we actually need to mute the actual, user. So ideally what you would do is you would create a role called muted. And what you would do is you would make sure that for every single one of your channels, the permissions are set so that the muted person, the muted role, cannot send messages. Okay, so that's just the general idea. And so right now, let's just have our bot give us that role. So it should have no problem doing so. So right over here, we will just go over here and give them a role. So we'll do await member.roles.add. And we're going to have to pass in the muted role. So I'm just going to hard code the string just for demonstration purposes. Okay, or actually, you know what I'll do? I'll do this. Const muted role equals member.guild.channels, and we'll do cache.find, and we'll do channel. We're gonna pass in the callback function. We're gonna check to see if the name is equal to muted. Well, actually, we'll do name.toLowercase. So we're gonna find the role by the name, and we're just gonna add it. So we'll do this. If muted role member.roles.add. So this is how you add roles to a user or to a member in version 12. Okay, and we're just gonna send this message. And if the muted role is not found, we're just gonna say message.channel.send could not find muted role. I can't sleep. Yeah, I feel you. Sometimes I actually have sleeping problems too. But so far, my my sleeping patterns have been pretty good so far. All right, so now this should actually give us the rule. I mean, give us the role. All right, see ya clearly. Have a good one. Lucius, what's going on, man? Yeah, the reason why you got banned from the server was because you violated like a couple of rules, so one of the mods banned you. Okay, so this should definitely give us the muted rule now. So I'm gonna go over here. So right now I can see I don't have any of these rules. I don't have the muted rule. So if I get strike 3 more times, okay, it should give me a mute. So let's strike 2, 3. Cannot find muted rule. So apparently we don't have the rule on the server, but it says we do. Let's see. Member.guild.channels.cache. That's strange. That is very strange. Oh snap, I should go over them rules later, man. Can't wait to watch the next video. Yeah, man, take it easy. Take it easy, Jamal. So why did the muted rule, why was it not found? Could have sworn that, well, I mean, over here, we're setting it to lowercase, so that's why it's not really a naming issue, because we're forcing it to be lowercase over here. But actually, I don't have any other channel names with muted. Oh wait, what am I doing? I did channels. This should be roles. I'm such an idiot. That was an epic fail. That was an epic fail. Alright, there we go. So now this should work. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I have the muted rule. That was the biggest epic fail ever. That was the biggest epic fail ever. Normally, if that happens in the video, I just cut that part out. Says I'm gonna leave still here. Lucius, why don't you do this, man? Come back on the server and let's have a talk. And then we'll move forward from there. I'm always a man of second chances, so. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so now we have the strike that works. So now, if they have 3 mutes, then obviously you can do whatever they want. You can either kick them, ban them, whatever. Don't give second chances to significant others. That's a good warning right there. All right, I think we're almost done here. I mean, I think at this point when they've gotten muted, I do really like the suggestion that someone gave earlier. They said like if someone's been striked or like muted 3 times, they're gonna get kicked. Hey YouTube, where is the like button for YouTube comments? I don't know, man. It's been disabled, but I did not copy the invite on God. Yeah, Lucius. Let's just have a chat. Yo, what's going on, Dozvice? How's it going? Yeah, we're practically almost done with this simple basic warn system. If warrant strikes, I think that is pretty much. I'm trying to think what else I could possibly do. I guess maybe what we could do is once they've gotten strike 3 times, you can make it so that if you react with the if you react with like a check mark. Oh, it's on a scale from 1 to 10, rate Nadekobot. I've never used Nadekobot before, so I wouldn't know what it does. I mean, I've seen it before. I've never used it. But yeah. Gasp. I know. There are a lot of bots that I don't really use. Unfortunately. Oh, let's see. Handle warn. Yeah, I guess we're pretty much done. I guess I could do one cool thing, and that was the guy that suggested earlier, OSMX. He was like, after a certain amount of warns and strikes, you can choose whether or not to kick or ban them. So I guess we could do that. So let's say, for example, if they've received 3 warns, let's send the let's see. Ooh, this would be pretty funny. What if I create an embed? Const. I'll probably just do this and I'll just log off for the night. This short stream. But I think this is pretty much done, so I'm just gonna put this on GitHub and I'll show you where it is so you guys can just like copy it and stuff. So let's see. Would you like to kick member? And I'll put it on GitHub so you guys can copy it and do whatever you want. Can you DM me? I can't. I don't know if you're on the server or not. Hold on. I'll have to do that after. Do these live streams into edit these live streams into tutorials, right? No, I don't. I do live streams, but like I do tutorials like separate. Lucius, try again. Try again. All right, just send me a DM. Yeah. So I don't edit my live streams. They're too long to edit. In my opinion, they're like hours. So I just make like a separate video. So all the stuff that we're doing here, I'll eventually put it into like a video tutorial series. So it should be all right. What's your username? Save your live stream, please. I will watch them all. Yeah, they're all on the channel. I don't think I'll ever delete on my live streams. So they're just there so that people can look back at it. All right, let's see. So let's send them a message. Where's the embed? So would you like to react with? Oh, I wanted to get the what's it called? I wanted to get the emoji, the thumbs up, the check emoji. What's it called again? White check mark. Let's just use thumbs up. This is the easier. Thumbs up. Okay, react with to kick or and then thumbs down. Thumbs down to cancel. Okay, and so we'll send this message and we'll do await message channel. Actually, I'll do this over here. You can send a message as well as attach an embed to it, which is pretty cool. So we can put that here and we'll do const message equals await. So we're going to need to add these reactions. So we'll do await message.react. Let's do this. React. Okay. And then we're going to have to listen to the reaction on message. So we're going to have to do const reactions equals await message dot await reactions. And we're going to need a filter. And we're going to take in a max of 1. Okay. And we're going to define that filter up here. I have a function that sends a message after a set time. After. So I'm using something. Now I try to add an option to cancel that timeout. So here's what. So set timeout. You can store the set timeout function into a variable, and then you can pass that variable into a method called clear timeout. If you look up clear timeout, there should be some examples on how to use it. But that's the method that you want to use. So this filter is going to take in 2 parameters, user, and the reaction. We're going to check to see if it includes either one of these emojis. Not both, but one of them. Okay, and we're going to do includes reaction emoji name, and we're also going to have to check to make sure that the user who's reacting is the same person that is issuing the strike, warn or strike. So we're checking that as well. Okay, so now over here we're gonna have our reactions. So let's see if reactions.get. So if we get this, well, actually, let me just console log what reactions is real quick. And let me see what the deal is over here. So we're trying. Well, this is mute, right? No, this is warn. So let's do. Ideally, obviously, you would also have to check to make sure that you can't warn yourself, but I'm just showing this for demonstration. Okay, so now if I react with, let's see, that. Okay, so it's going to give me, perfect, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and do this. If reactions.get, and we're going to go ahead and pass this in. We're going to try to get this. Okay, actually, you know what? Hold on, let me do this. What is this again? It's a collection of message reactions. So let's do message reaction. So we'll do this because they can either react with thumbs up or thumbs down. So we'll go ahead and check this. If reactions dot get thumbs up. So if that's undefined, then we're gonna get the thumbs down. Or reactions dot gets thumbs down. So now if I do message reaction dot emoji dot name, this should give me the correct one. So let's try this again. So now if I react with thumbs down, it should say thumbs down. But if I react with thumbs up, it should say thumbs up, just like that. Perfect. And then we'll just check to see the emoji name. So if message reaction dot emoji dot name is equal to thumbs up, then what we'll do is we'll kick the user. So we'll do that's it. Okay, and else we'll just cancel. Well, actually, we don't have to do anything. Okay, so let's see. I'll kick my other account, or I'll warn my other account. So quintuple. What's going on over here? Duplicate entry, huh? We have an error. So let's see. We're trying to add a duplicate. So it's saying somewhere over here we have an issue. Let's see. So apparently it's trying to add it to the database again. So find guild member. So if guild member is going to create down here. ID and then Gilad ID. Did we not find it down here? Find guild member, guild ID, and then wait, hold on, guild member ID. Well, ideally it shouldn't really matter because it should just find it. But I feel like we're passing in the wrong values. ID is the member's ID and the guild ID is the guild ID. But apparently it's saying that it's creating it twice, which is very weird. That is very concerning. Or guild member infractions. So apparently it's trying to create another guild member infractions. So if guild member, oh, you know why? I think it's because I think I know why. It's because we didn't declare as a composite key sequelize composite primary key. I think we need to do that. Well, I mean, over here it's fine. So I don't really see why that's an issue with the primary keys. Sequelize composite. Okay, I think the Ahmed Senior. Yeah, I remember you. You're Dexter. How could I not remember you? Let's see. So apparently it's trying to create. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think it'd be an issue because look, we have two primary keys here, so that should be fine. But apparently inside guild member infractions, there's a confliction over there, which is so weird. I don't know why. So warn. We're not getting an issue here, but with the quintuple, my other account, we're getting that issue, which is so weird. Let's see. If member exists, good, so that should be fine. Okay. What could be the issue? Oh, it's just straight up giving us an error now. Okay, apparently it's saying it's null, so we're definitely not able to target the trying to create. So yes, we're trying to create the guild member. Okay, so that's a little bit concerning. So find guild member takes in the ID, which is the member ID. Okay. We have the guild member. Oh wait, so it never created the guild member. But now we're trying to create it. Oh, I see. Well, I don't get why it would create it just fine for guild member, but not guild member ID. Maybe I forgot something in guild member. Primary key. Okay. And then over here we have the primary key. I definitely didn't forget that, because these are composite keys. These are composite keys. We have two primary keys over here. And over in guild member, we have right over here, composite keys over here. If I try to add like another entry with guild member ID the same as guild ID, then that would give us an issue. But I don't get why it's giving us an issue right now. Find guild member. Let me check this again. Find one. Okay, we're guild ID and then guild member ID. Composite key is basically two primary keys on the table. So in SQL, there's something called a primary key, which means that that entire record is unique. So you can't have two records that duplicate. So the primary key allows you to define uniqueness in a table. Find guild member. I don't get why it would return null. That's very strange. Create guild member. Oh, wait a minute. We never actually... I don't think we actually... Oh, wait. Hopefully this is the actual error. I don't think we've actually ever created the guild member. Down here. We didn't create the guild member, did we? So if guild member, then we gotta go down here. Oh, I see. We're creating... Oh, wait. If guild member, then we need to create both. Oh. We need to create the guild member. There we go. I should finish my Python tutorial. Which one? Are you talking about the lava link video? So we didn't create the guild member. So over here, it was always returning null, and it was trying to create... Ah, I get it now. Okay. I get it. Okay, so... I think we fixed this. Hopefully this actually works. Okay, so we created it. Oh, member is not defined. I think we actually did create it successfully. So inside the guild member table... No, we don't have it. That's weird. Trying to create ID. Down over here. Create guild member. Oh, wait. We need to pass in the member instance. Okay, let's just do that. Let's just do this. Let's just pass in member. And let's just pass in guild ID, member.guild.id, and then guild member ID, member.id. And up here, we will just call member instead. Remember. Also, how does the .env works, please? .env just holds bot token prefix for bot and also info needed for database access. Okay, so Rasim, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. .env variables, or the .env file, is basically where you declare all of your variables, like Jonah said. Okay, and in Python, if you're using pipenv, which is a virtual environment, well, it allows you to set up virtual environments. It will use .env for you. Okay, it'll automatically do it for you. If you're not using pipenv, then you have to install python.env yourself. Okay, but environment variables are a way to kind of like store details of your application, such as credentials, secrets, passwords, things like that. Okay, and to reference each environment variable, you have to import OS, and you have to do os.getEnv and the name of environment variable, like that. So hopefully that clears up everything. And if you want, you can just look up some videos on how to use environment variables and see how that works. Okay, so let's try this again. Oh man, this is stressing me out. Alright, so we got the user in the database, so this should be good. It was throwing that error because it was trying to create a duplicate entry for the guild member infraction. But if I warn now, no, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. And we should have select from guild member infractions. There we go. So now if I warn myself one more time, or warn this guy, now if I do upvote, see how the guy got kicked? The guy just got kicked. It looks like I've been wasting my time keeping my token in a JSON file. It's not bad keeping in the JSON file, but I do feel like it's better to keep in a .env file. And I wanted to do a video about this, but the reason why .env files or environment variables are better is because, let's say for example, if you're pushing your code to GitHub, you don't want to push your token to GitHub, especially if it's public. Okay? If it's private, then you have to worry. But if it's public, then you want to ignore the JSON file or the .env file from it. You set the environment variable on your other production server, like Heroku, for example, and Heroku will keep that secret. It'll keep that token private, so no one else will have access to it. So Heroku will know what the token is, and they'll know exactly which one to use. So, personally, for me, I like environment variables better, and they're, in my opinion, a lot safer. But of course, if you private your repository, it should be just fine. Anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this simple system. Like the guy who suggested it, very good suggestion. But yeah, this is very simple. Okay, and obviously, if I warn myself over and over again, it's gonna strike me and whatnot. It's just gonna update the database. So very simple warn system. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this stream. So I really do appreciate everyone for coming out and watching. Very short stream today, but I will be streaming probably tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow holds. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. And if you aren't already in the server, feel free to join the Discord server. Very, very good place to ask questions, get help, and just ask questions. You know what? Tomorrow I might continue this tutorial. So yeah, do you have a way to clear warnings? Not yet, but we can do that later. We'll probably focus on that tomorrow. So feel free to check the stream out tomorrow. And yeah, we'll probably continue this whole implementation. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'll see you guys in my next stream. And like I said, join my Discord server. Link is in the description. Alright, man. I'll see you guys later. Peace.